And as ever, it is officially my pleasure to say good morning, beautiful people. I am Vicky Jeter, your practitioner spiritual director for Louisville Center for Spiritual Living Teaching Chapter. I am so happy to be with you today. Last Sunday and the Sunday before were so much fun, and I'm inviting the same quality of laughter, love, fun, and connection today as we continue speaking the truth to circumstances. And today we're exploring the truth shall set us free. So let's take a moment for setting intention, individually and together. Check in and see what your intention is for being here today. Our shared intention for this service is to look into what it means to speak the truth to circumstances from the perspective of the truth setting us free, spiritually and in human experience, while all the while enjoying our special songs, symbols, and stories to bring our experience to life. So take a breath. We'll begin with opening prayer. And we begin prayer with the most powerful words we can speak. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit, for the gift of this day, for the gift of this opportunity to be together, for the gift of knowing that we know that everything is available to us as children of the One. And as we know the truth and recognize it, we are consciously one with it. And being consciously so unified with our source and with each other, everything about this day is an idea whose time has come that we have gathered together to make manifest for ourselves and for each other, holding those doors and windows open for everyone, that this word can reach everyone within our individual lives, collectively making up the influence of Louisville Center for Spiritual Living. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. I release it, I let it be, and so it is. And so we do officially welcome you with our whole hearts to Louisville Center for Spiritual Living Teaching Chapter. Whether you're here with us this morning or watching on Zoom, thank you for your presence today. You are what we are about. We start each day greeting God, the angels, LCSL as an entity, and each and every one of you, every day, but especially on Sundays. Vernon and I set up and light the God candle, inviting everyone who is seeking to find us. And so know that you are welcome here, no matter what your faith or your path of life or what you were taught to believe. There is your space here. And with that, we begin with our opening song, God Is, by the lovely Faith Rivera.
Where I am, God is. Where I stand, God is standing strong. Where I breathe, God is breathing life in and out and through me. Ask me where I sing, God is. Where I dance, joy lives in my feet. Where I live, beauty's flowing free. is the faith in me where I cry. God is the comfort there where I seek. God is the answer here and now, forever and ever and ever. Where I speak truth is, where I work, love is my career, and where I play, God is playing boldly in and out and through me as me. Oh, oh, do-do-do. Oh, hey, yeah. Whether I am, where I stand, whether I play, where I work and breathe and move and feel, where I sing, where I dance, my dance, my dance, wherever I go, where I pray and take and give and leave. God is, life is, joy is, oh, God is.
Can I get a hallelujah in here? Hallelujah. And on that invitation to live boldly, we declare the mission and vision of Louisville Center for Spiritual Living. Say it with me if you will. Our mission to teach personal transformation as a virtual community, living the principles of science of mind and celebrating all paths to God. And thusly, our vision is a world that honors and respects all people. So, as we know, spiritual principles are only as valuable as we can actually feel them in our lives. And so we have an application of principle each week. And this week, our application of what we believe is: don't bend, don't water it down, don't try to make it logical, don't edit your own soul according to fashion. Rather, follow your most intense obsessions mercilessly, spoken with care.
Good morning. The truth will set you free. Truth can be defined as a quality or a state of being true, which is true and in accordance with fact or reality. A fact or belief that is acceptable as true. Integrity can be defined by the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles or moral uprightness. The state of being whole or undivided. Synonyms include serenity, honesty, genuine integrity. And so one of my favorite mentors or authors, Kathy Hawk, in her book, Get Clarity and Get Clarity Shift, she defines these as honesty is the light side of manipulation. Honesty is telling the truth and being in integrity. Energetically, it feels clean and clear. It creates a field of attraction and curiosity. Manipulation is changing your story to get people to agree with you or not saying what you really mean for fear that your message will be rejected. The results are limited and often repellent. Integrity is the light side of division. Integrity means that all actions align with personal and organizational vision, like saying, walk your talk, or what you see is what you get. Integrity results in purposeful behaviors and a spirit of togetherness. Division results in dramatic behaviors and a spirit of separateness. Today's meditation is inspired by Melissa Pierce and includes quotes from Suzanne Harrell, from Seed Thoughts for Living, Seed Thoughts for Loving Yourself. And the page that I'm using is January 24th. I would like to invite you to be fully present with me right here and right now. Feel free to adjust your body to get comfortable and settled into your seat. When you're comfortable, please close your eyes or lower your gaze. Notice the furniture that is supporting you. Feel your body grounding and centering as the body relaxes into your furniture. Bring your attention to your spine. Allow your spine to gently move into a place of relaxation and comfort. Release any stress or tension you might be feeling in your spine. Stretch into alignment as the energy of stability creates strength in your backbone. Bring your attention to your feet. Notice your feet now. Feel your feet grounded on the earth as though you were a tree rooted into Mother Earth. Bring your attention to the temperature around you. Notice whatever the temperature might be in your environment. Is there a breeze or anything specific you notice about the temperature around your body? Are you noticing the heat or the cool? Now bring your attention to the temperature inside your body. Feel the warmth of your blood flowing and circulating throughout your body. Shift your awareness to the scents and smells around you, whatever they may be in the natural world or in your home. Take a nice deep breath and smell. Be grateful for your sense of smell and for all the experiences that are enhanced due to your ability to smell, like smelling the flowers or tasting food. Bring your attention to your breathing. Take in a nice deep breath. And let it go. Notice your lungs filling with oxygen. Allow the breath to expand to its fullest and release your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Now bring your attention to any sounds in your environment. Are you hearing airflow movement or noises outside? Is nature making sounds in your ears? Listen to those sounds, including my voice. Going inward more deeply, what does truth mean to me? What does integrity mean to me? Am I sincere and genuine? In what areas of my life am I most honest? What feelings in my body do I get when I'm completely honest and truthful? What do you notice that's happening in the internal core when we are genuine and sincere? Do you notice empowerment and strength? Do you notice infinite possibilities and expansive thinking? Notice the gravity of the earth that's on your body as you stand in this strength and integrity. Lifting your shoulders back and releasing the weight of the world from your shoulders. Notice how it feels as you release this tension or stress in your neck and shoulders. Take a nice deep breath and release any thoughts or feelings that are not in alignment with integrity. Return to a state of embodying complete integrity for yourself. Our body always knows the truth and speaks the truth if we're truly listening. Take a moment to listen to your body now. How does integrity feel? The truth is often like a kaleidoscope that rotates into various geometric patterns. Each of us view integrity from a different perspective and fine-tune the unique individualized expression of truth as we determine our value, our vision, intentions, and clear out any false beliefs. Awareness is the key to our body's internal guidance system. It supports us individually in being authentic and aligning with integrity. As we deepen our spiritual understanding of universal principles, threads of truth become clear in our awareness. Breathe in that awareness. Bring your awareness to the heartbeat deep within your body. Find the pulse or the gentle beat in your body. If you feel comfortable, place your hands on your heart to really feel that deep heartbeat within. Notice the truth in your heart. Feel that integrity expanding within you. Bringing your attention to your intuition. Are you listening carefully to your internal guidance system as it lovingly guides you to be sincere genuine, and authentic. Allow the clarity to fill your mind as you pay close attention to your intuition. Acknowledge the gratitude that you have for your intuition and this internal guidance system that leads you to living a life of divine right action. Listen to the affirmations of Suzanne Harrell. I choose to live with integrity, being honest and sincere, a person of my word, and a sound moral character. I make a list of my values and add to it as my awareness grows. The closer I live with my sound value system, the greater the integrity I have with myself and then to share with others. To build integrity, I observe and honestly evaluate my actions and thoughts on a regular basis. I set small goals and take one step at a time to connect the areas of my life that need higher integrity. I strive to live my life with high integrity. And so it is. Amen. Gently bring your attention back to this Zoom room by opening your eyes. Our special music today is Planting Seeds by Nemo featuring Daniel Namat.
I spent a long time running, I never knew then what I know now. That the fruits, they always come in, but you can't go around just knocking them down. It takes a long time to show in. We plant the seeds then, and we look at them now. But the roots are always growing, no matter if I'm there or never around.
Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, what's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds, nothing
It's like
more.
your whole life you've been training for this moment, and when the time comes you just disown it, meaning you just surrender, don't control it. Not interested in the clay pots and mold it, or sitting next to the path trying to unfold it, or waiting for the fruits to fall down toward you. Let it go and now you're flowing, feeling quite gorgeous, so you take steps away instead of towards it. What a rush, feeling freedom with nothing to hold. We've been taught that what you touch will always turn to gold, and now we're learning when we let it go it overflows, with no credit to take cause no credit is home. A higher power working deeper where the seeds are sowed, and when the seeds are true then they're seeds of gold. But the real gold is joy when life starts to flow, and when it does you just smile cause now you know. I spent a long time running, I never knew then what I know now. That the fruits, they always come in, but you can't go around just knocking them down. It takes a long time to show in. We plant the seeds then, and we look at them now. But the roots are always growing, no matter if I'm there or never around.
Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, what's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds. Whatever grows will grow,
When it grows, it grows.
whatever dies will
And when it dies, it dies. Come on.
Works will
If it works, it works.
whatever flies will
Let it fly, let it
whatever
fly.
fails will
When it
fail,
fails, it fails. fails.
To soar will soar.
When it soars, it soars.
I am planting seeds. Whatever grows will grow.
Let it grow, let it
Whatever
grow.
dies will die.
When it dies, it dies.
Whatever works will work.
When it works, it works.
Whatever flies
Yeah,
will fly.
let it fly, let it
Whatever
fly.
fails will fail.
Fails, it fails.
To soar will soar.
Let it soar.
I am planting seeds
And nothing more.
Whatever grows will grow. Whatever dies will die.
Dies, it dies.
Whatever works will work.
When it works, it works.
Flies
Yeah,
will
let it fly, let it
Whatever
fly.
fails will fail.
Fails, it fails.
To soar will soar.
Let it
I
soar.
am planting seeds.
And nothing more.
You know, when you smile, it just helps someone to know that you're cared about and that you love them.
Okay. Wow. So, so, so much fun. And, you know, I had thought this before, but watching this time, I really thought it's possible that the one African American man that was shown, intermittently looked like he was doing sign language. It's possible that might actually be Reverend Raymond. I'm tempted to ask him. So as we know, our theme for the year is Living Out Loud. Our theme for the month is Speaking Truth to Circumstances. And today we are exploring The Truth Shall Set You Free. Now, some of you may recall just a few weeks ago from my talk on June the 4th, launching our discussion on self-care back there, I said, knowing that all of creation originates in universal spirit, and we each emerge as spirit uniquely expressing, we are free to learn and express the life of God as we choose. In spirit, we are born free. And as spirit having a human experience, ultimately, it is entirely up to us what we do with that freedom. Now, if it was possible for this statement to be any less valid today than it was 4 weeks ago, that would be a problem, wouldn't it? But no, praise God, it is still as valid and reliable today as it was back on June the 4th. We are born free. Maruk is free. George and Viella are free. Gordon is free. Tom is free down in Mexico. We are born free, all of us. Now, it makes perfect sense as well that the next logical question then today must be, if we're born free, then why is there any need for us to be set free in the first place? And that follows the next question, why is truth the key to that freedom? So, first things first, if we're actually free at the source, which is spirit, why is there a need for us to be set free? This question begs the power of conscious awareness. All qualities of the divine, everything we're longing for in human experience, can literally be right in front of us, but we won't experience it. Like the acres of diamonds, the story you've heard about the acres of diamonds in the guy's front yard. but he never knew it. If we are not aware of it, we don't know it. Let me give you a couple examples from my own life. When I was in my early 20s, for the first time, I went to a pet store and got a puppy, a beautiful black chow chow that I named Velvet Moon. Before I got her, I puppy-proofed my house and my car. I had all kinds of things in place prepared for her to be running wild. I drove home, opened the car door, and she didn't move. I was shocked. In fact, she didn't behave like a puppy at all for about the first week. She had been in that cage for so long, she could not perceive she wasn't caged anymore. About the 8th day, freedom dawned on her awareness, and she began to run and jump and get into all kinds of glorious puppy mischief. And when that happened, I actually saw that moment when it dawned on her. Thank goodness, because she could have actually run off on me. It was interesting. I was in like Science of Mind 1 or 2 at the time, becoming a practitioner. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, that was a moment of consciousness dawning right there. Now, my second example comes from my experience of my mother's life. She was a woman of incredible talent and enormous potential, but her experiences were restricted by countless challenges. My mother had all kinds of better choices she could have made for herself. The problem was she had no clue what those choices were. She was unaware of what was possible or how to begin acting on possibilities for herself. And when we're talking about knowing it, it's about knowing it not just in our heads as a possibility. To truly experience being set free is about knowing the truth in your heart down to the depths of your soul. To really get this while living in human lives, it's a practice. It takes daily fine-tuning. We're going to talk about that more in a minute. My choice for the individual topic this week is different than what Home Office suggested. They had given a weekly topic title of Be Not Hypnotized by Circumstances. And that didn't sound like a whole lot of fun to me, so I kind of moved past it originally. But then as I got into preparing for today, I realized that the caution of not getting locked into the appearance of circumstances is the point of being not hypnotized. If we have been raised and literally conditioned into the belief that the conditions of life are the determining force and the qualities of what we experience, then we're just like velvet. We cannot perceive there is no cage. We are unaware that we are free, so we cannot experience freedom. Think about that for a minute. If we're unaware that we're free, we cannot experience freedom. Can you imagine knowing that you're free, even if it doesn't look or feel like it? Can you imagine throwing your heart and mind open into the depths of believing that you are completely free, totally abandoning past impressions, regardless of appearances? What would that take? Now, this brings us to the next question. How is truth the key to freedom in human experience that is already ours in spirit? In the same way that universal spirit is both love and law, like two sides of a coin, the same is the case with universal love and truth. All of creation is the truth of spirit expression. Let's slow down. All of creation is the truth of spirit expressing. All form, all physical expression is the mirror of universal mind. Just like we had in last week's application, that there's thought and then there's form that is the mirror of mind. Spirit meets us with that universal reflection wherever we show up. When we're angry, universal mind shows up as anger and form. When we're grieving, universal mind shows up as streaming sadness. If we're in joy, universal mind will show up and throw a party in celebration. If we are in love, in any and all forms, spirit shows up as boundless love everywhere, in every way. An expression of truth is an expression of love. There is no more powerful spiritual human practice we can have ever than giving and receiving love. Giving and receiving love is an immersion in the truth of spirit, the truth of all existence at the source. Attempts to mask, hide, or deny the truth in human terms results in the experience of division, as Katrina was showing us in the reading and meditation. Hiding, masking, or denying the truth in human terms results in the experience of division and restriction. For example, who among us can recall times in our earlier lives, most likely, when we lied about something or tried to hide something we didn't want people to know, and then had to tell more lies, trying to make sure the original lie was never discovered? It is a slippery slope of the very worst kind. This is one among many reasons why living from your truth is the most loving basis for relationships, even though it can be difficult to do in human moments. Communicating and building relationships, speaking what is true for you so that people can understand, is an important foundation for everything that comes after. When we encounter people, circumstances, organizations, etc., that upset us, it's important to step back and recognize that below the surface, remember what's happening beneath the surface, we are one. We want the same thing, love. We may have very different ways of trying to get it, but it's what we all want because it's what we are. And the infinite presence is love. And we are simply wanting to align with the truth of the source of being, no matter how distorted our method is. At the core, most of us are under two spells: the belief that I'm separate from life and that life is not safe. And out of that, we adopt methods of operating, trying to control life and trying to do it right, when inevitably we can't control it. We make assumptions like, if I can't control it, I'm not doing it right enough. Therefore, I'm wrong, I'm unlovable, and thusly we end up feeling alone. If we can understand that all dysfunctional behavior is built on a foundation such as this, a misunderstanding, we can begin to support ourselves and others in unraveling the foundation and its structures. We no longer need to look at people acting dysfunctionally, in our perception, as bad or wrong. These are labels of the judgmental ego, and that's all. Instead, we can see people like ourselves doing their very best to live love. Now, I have an example from my life of a great temptation to manipulate a situation to make it what I thought I wanted it to be. And I may have told some of you this story before. I may have even told it on a Sunday, but it really applies to this. So this has to do with the very origination of my relationship with Vernon, when Vernon and I first met. And we were working ourselves into going on our first date, but it didn't exactly happen directly. So one Sunday, we were at service, and we happened to end up sitting next to each other. And I was really longing to have a partner in my life. So I'm really working the process. And as it happened that day, the special music was, if you can't be with the one you love, love the one you're with. And so we're singing this song, and I'm all into it. And it says, if you can't be with the one you love, love the one you're with. And I reached over and I ran my hand down Vernon's back, just as an expression of love, and thought nothing more of it. Got home from work late Monday night when I worked for the airline. I work swing shift. I get home about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I hit my little voice recorder, and there's Vernon on the phone, and he says to me, you know, on Sunday, when you ran your hand down my back, he says, it really sparked me. And I want to know if you did that on purpose. Did you intend to do that? He said. And there I was, standing before the great vista of whether or not to tell the truth, because I wanted to be asked out more than any woman in the world at that moment. And so I said to myself, what would it hurt if I just tell him that I really have thought about dating him all along? What would it hurt if I just tell him that I think he's the most adorable guy I've ever seen? And absolutely, I did that on purpose. Very fortunately, that little voice that Katrina mentioned inside said to me, oh, no, 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 no. Because I would always remember that the actual very foundation, if we did end up dating, I would always remember that I had not actually spoken the truth, taking our relationship to that next level. And so I had to tell him. I said, it took me hours. It took me about 3 hours. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning when I finally called him. And I said, you know what? I got to tell you, it wasn't on purpose. And I described to him what I was doing. And I said, but I'll tell you what, the truth is, I really appreciate this conversation. And so our actual relationship was built on the truth of appreciation. It's a mutual appreciation at that moment. And then we were off and running. And I didn't have to worry about realizing that I had originally told him an untruth just because my ego self wanted to ensure that he might ask me out. So these are some quotes from some very wise people. If you are telling the truth, then you can speak it gently and your words will have power. And I can't pronounce the name of the person who said it. It was an Indian guru. Next, truth never damages a cause that is just, and that's from Mahatma Gandhi, who probably spoke more truths, trusting the process than anyone ever walking the planet. So, leaning into the sacred reading and meditation this morning, the more closely we can live in accordance with our own integrity of how we feel and what we believe, the truth within our own soul, the more room spirit has to manifest the highest good in experience with ease. So, how do we take speaking the truth, living from what is heartfelt, to the next level in our lives? What do we do to make it personal and bring it to life? To embody this understanding and experience, we must begin to heal the structure within. Knowledge can begin to pop open our closed mental prison, but knowing, integration, allows us to walk our talk. There are 2 practices that support this. The first is meditation, real deep meditation that allows for your storyteller and the domestication of voices to recede so that we can hear the true self that is at the foundation on a spiritual level. This is not an overnight process. It takes dedication as like a permanent life change. And then the second is compassionate listening, listening to ourselves, listening to others with curiosity, which we've talked about before. Curiosity expands awareness, expands us into knowing what those possibilities are. It's not about the desire to be right. It's listening from our hearts, listening with wonder, and not the need to win an argument or prove anything to anyone. We know that compassionate listening begins with ourselves and that we all get hooked occasionally. And to unhook is listening to ourselves and help us just see where the hooks lie. There is a simple but powerful principle and practice that comes out of practitioner training. It includes both using spiritual principle and human perspectives, coming into alignment with the truth that sets us free. It is that where there is an experience of other than good in someone's life, there they have come to believe that they're separate from their good in some way. And when you take the opportunity to sit with someone like a practitioner or anyone who has objective clarity and is dedicated in prayer for you, the clarity of affirmative prayer, the practitioner's goal is to discover where you are feeling separate from your source. Because that tells us where we're looking to heal that impression and come to knowing that you are one with divine spirit in, through, and as you. When that belief is brought to light and brought back to the alignment of the truth, that you cannot be separated from your source, nor anything in your life, then the truth you prefer can be affirmed. In both spiritual mind treatment and affirmative prayer, and in visioning, the first step is to immerse yourself in oneness with your spiritual source. And this I am recommending everyone do as often as possible. Practice cultivating and immersing yourself in the idea that you are one with the source, and that source is love. And if it doesn't feel like love to you right now, start where you are and allow it to gradually build. And this is why anytime you hear someone do an affirmative prayer or what's called treatment, very often it starts simply with, I recognize there is one and I am one with it. So the opportunity I encourage you to embrace this week is that as a foundation. And then spend some quiet time, meditative time, going through each area of your life, your relationships, your health, your finances, your relationship to God. And with purpose each week, ask yourself, do I know I'm one with my source in this area of my life? Am I able to be honest with myself and with others in this area? If not, what would it take to speak the truth about this to myself and others? What keeps me from feeling one with my source in this area? When we start living from the freedom that truth brings, healing and restoration, transformation occur. And when we heal ourselves, others are healed because of the atmosphere generated around them. It opens up doors and windows. When we nurture our dreams, we give birth to the dreams of all of humankind. And so in closing, when we walk as loving aspects of the Mother Earth, we become the fertile, life-giving mothers of the creative force. When we honor our bodies, our health, and our emotional needs, and our spiritual needs, we make space for our dreams to come into being. When we speak the truth from our healed hearts, we allow life abundant to become and continue as the mothering planet of which we are all a part. And that's actually from someone named Jamie Sands. I just knew it was perfect. And with that, let us close with that affirmative prayer. It's actually all been said. And so the practice is for that fine-tuning. It's for keeping ourselves aligned as vessels of spirit. So I say, I recognize the one source divine from which I cannot be separated, from which each person here within the sound of my voice cannot possibly be separated. Individually and collectively, we are one, unified in mind, heart, and soul. And from this alignment, I realize in my experience of each person here present to this word, that that word is made manifest according to the truth that sets each individual free and sets us free collectively. We are the ones we have been waiting for. And so I know it, I embrace it, I embody it, and I am grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, presence of life. I release it with the heart of a child. I let it be, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Vicky. So we bring together our skills, talents, abilities, treasures to contribute to this wonderful center. And with that deep gratitude in my heart, I thank everyone for their tithing and their gifts that they give to the center. You can find how to contribute in the chat, and I will go ahead and have us practice the July prosperity affirmation. Spirit blesses me so that I can bless others. That is the truth of my prosperity. And I pass it over to Vicky to bless our blessings and contributions of this amazing sacred community that we all love.
And receiving the flow of this word from Katrina, I know that the word is simply carried forward along that paddle wheel of the cycle of circulation, realizing that as tithes, talents, and treasures come in, they are blessed to be magnified in spirit, going out into each of our individual worlds and out to the world collectively, to then be brought back again and again sent out. And I invite us all to just take a breath and allow that to expand within this atmosphere that we've spoken of, that is the unconditional, limitless, endless love of spirit that is all things. This center is a work of the divine. Praise God. I release it, I let it be, and so it is.
And so it is. Our announcements for today. So on Wednesday mornings, we have Wistful Wisdom at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's a social time where we get to gather together. Please join us on Wednesdays for this wonderful gathering. There is a special offering of the speaker series where Jose Ruiz will be speaking. If you're interested in information, please contact Vicky. The registration is Thursday, July 13th for an experience July 14th. It's virtual and the tickets cost $25. Next week's speaker is Vicky, and she will be speaking truth to circumstances, standing on Shiva. A volunteer opportunity with our tech support team has become available. So please contact Vicky or Vernon so that you can share your gifts of technology with our wonderful community. And your birthday. We celebrated this month the birthday of the center along with each of your birthdays. If you would like to receive a birthday card, please email Vicky and she will get you put on the list of birthdays so that the center can send you the love and acknowledge you personally for the day that you were born so we can all celebrate together.
And just very quickly, I want to just add to that. It is a tradition through LCSL and the gift of our practitioners that when you sign up to get a birthday card, you will get the official notification that you have a complimentary practitioner session coming to you so that you can have that experience. And so we really encourage you to make sure we have your birth date and we have your emails. But I just want to say that there is actually a gift that comes with it.
Thank you for that reminder.
And Susan Dumeyer. I'm so glad to see you there, Susan. Susan is officially our advocate for this project, and she is so excited to build relationships with you all in that way. And yesterday, we were both having so much fun because we did our very first one. We sent a birthday card out to someone that we don't see every day, and it really, really felt good. So I'm telling you all this because it can really expand and connect relationships for the center.
So please stay afterward for sharing time after our benediction. Prayer support is also available. And as we remember, you are magnificent. Our closing song, My Own Superhero, by the One Voice Children's Choir.
When I feel alone or afraid, and nothing is going my way, or when I'm just running a little low on faith, that's when I just gotta believe there's power and courage in me. And whatever happens, through good days and bad ones, I will stand and say, I can climb this mountain, I can brave the storm, I can be amazing, there's no telling now how far I'll go. When this day needs saving, it starts with me, I know. So I will move, I will rise, I will choose, I will try to be my own superhero. And I'll be a light in the dark, I'll do the right thing when it's hard, I'll reach out my hand if we start to drift apart. When you need my help, I'll be there, 'cause real superpowers are meant to be shared. We're brighter together and stronger than ever, hand in hand and heart to heart. I can climb this mountain, I can brave the storm, I can be amazing, there's no telling now how far I'll go. When this day needs saving, it starts with me, I know. So I will move, I will rise, I will choose, I will try to be my own superhero. Never give up, I'll never give in. And each time I fall, I will rise again. When this day needs saving, it starts with me, I know. So I will move, I will rise, I will choose, I will try to be my own superhero. Oh, I will be my own superhero.
Our benediction. Say with me if you choose. Oh, for a tongue to express the wonders which thought reveals. Oh, for some word to be comprehend the boundless idea. For our voices to be sweet enough to sound the harmony of life. Within that vast realm of thought where my soul meets spirit, I will listen for the voice, and it will tell me of life and love and unity. Our beloved Dr. Ernest Holmes.